There we go. I had to make sure my mic was turned on. Let's try Alt-Enter it again, or is it stuck? I think it might be stuck. Okay, it is stuck. Give me just a moment. Let me fix that. Boot this back up again. Go. Then I hit Alt-Enter. There we go. Let's check something. Now, is this showing up because it's window? Yes, it is. Just make sure I'm on Do Not Disturb. Good. Close, please. There we go. Alright, so. How there, everybody? Sorry I've been quiet on the Let's Play front for about 2 weeks. I came down with a cold. And it didn't, like, hurt too bad, but my nose was running constantly, like, more or less nonstop, and if it wasn't snot, it was blood. So I was constantly, like, snorting, sniffling, and doing all other sorts of nasty sick person things. So instead of subjecting all of you guys to that, I opted to just take a couple of weeks off to let the cold go away, and I'm more or less better now, so we can continue from where we left off, in the back front yard during the night. Not the backyard. We're not at the backyard yet, silly cat. Oh yeah, before I forget, give me 1 second, Crazy Dave. I forgot to do the dedication for this episode. This episode and the Let's Play as a whole goes out to the geniuses behind the original Plants vs. Zombies. That would be George Fan, sorry. Apologies for the dyslexia. George Fan, Todd Semple, Rich Werner, Laura Shikihara, Enrique Kortz, Matt Holmberg, and Stephen Notley. Because, as you all know, they are the true creators and actually make art. Not the AI slop that EA churns out. No, they won't, will they? How different? Well, hang on. Is my stream acting up? I think it's acting up. Are you frozen? There we go. Well, I mean, that makes sense. Okay. Ah, yes. Free infantry. So, victory by volume of fire. Advocating for Vladoff, I see. Okay, so here we actually have a new zombie. We have the newspaper zombie. This is the first zombie we're going to encounter that has a shield of a sort. Before you can damage the zombie directly, you have to break the newspaper, which acts as a barrier. So, let's see. Definitely want sunflowers. I'm probably not going to have enough sun to get repeaters, because sunflowers are going to be the only source of sun here. So, I'll probably go with pea shooters and snow peas. We definitely want the puff shroom. Potato mine's not going to be too handy. I'll grab walnut and cherry bomb. The main thing with potato mine is potato mine enables you to sort of delay things early on, but when sun economy is really tight... I'll give it a shot. I don't usually use potato mine in the night levels, but I'll give it a try. So, aside from the fact that there's no sun coming, another thing you kind of have to keep an eye out for is these graves that have appeared. They're a stage hazard. More or less every stage, or every sort of world, I guess you could call it, from here on, will have a different sort of gimmick attached to it. Okay. I'm gonna put you here to maximize time. But, the gimmick for night levels, aside from the fact that there's no sun, you have to deal with the graves. What the graves do is, during the final wave, for every grave that's available, a zombie will pop out of it. For the moment, there isn't much we can do about that. So, we're just gonna have to, yeah, just deal with it. Now, puff shrooms have a range of roughly 3 tiles or 3 spaces. Yeah, if I go with if I kept going with potato mines like this, I wouldn't be getting anywhere. So, I will be taking it slow at the start here to try and minimize the amount of zombies coming. Yeah. You can see, puff shrooms can just barely take a zombie out on their own. Okay, we got a newspaper zombie there. I actually want to use a potato mine on him. Because a single puff shroom would not be able to take that guy out. The way he works is he's got a shield. That newspaper protects his HP. The newspaper, however, being a newspaper, is very fragile. And once it breaks, he goes berserk and starts moving a lot faster. So while we're still doing our basic defense setup here, it's better just to insta-kill him than to break his barrier. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to start putting more shrooms and stuff out. Alright, full contingent to sunflowers, we're good to go. And now we're getting random money drops. Hey, be careful, I think the zombies are bad. Raska Macetus, I think you're a new face. I don't recall seeing you before. How do? Welcome to the stream. And yes, zombies are bad. Zombies are very bad. You can see he's angry, his eyes are going pink. Might want to get that looked at. Try some eye drops, maybe. So how are you doing tonight, Macetus? I hope you don't mind me calling you that. I'm probably going to want to reinforce the second row here, because that's got the most graves to deal with. Name is Raska Macetus, but you can call me Macetus Raska. I will probably just go with Macetus for short, just because that's easier to remember. As any of my long-term viewers can tell you, my memory is notoriously bad. So... But yeah, something I meant to touch on last time that I kind of forgot about because I went on a tangent. I was talking about Laura Shigihara and her music. And one of the things that Replanted got massively wrong as a sort of insulting disservice to Laura's legacy. Let's see. So I have. You probably didn't notice it, but you get 50 coins for every lawnmower you have remaining at the end of a wave. You get, right at the end of a stage, you get a gold coin, I think, for each one. Sure. Spanish speaker, just messing around. Okay. I know a bit of Spanish, but I'm not going to insult you by attempting to speak it. I haven't spoken Spanish in years. I'm sure if I tried that, I'd end up accidentally insulting you. Alright, so sun shrooms probably will be better for us in the long term. Let's see. So how sun shrooms work is they start small but will eventually grow. While they're small, their suns will give 15 per unit instead of 25, but when they grow to normal size, they give regular sun. So let's see. We're probably going to want to go with the same setup we had last time, minus the potato mine. The potato mine didn't seem to help that much. So we'll go with cherry bomb instead. Yeah, because cherry bomb can be used to deal with the whole grave situation. So I want to wait and see where the zombies are going to be popping up before I start planting anything. But yeah, back to the topic at hand. Laura Shikihara's work on the game. One of the things you may have noticed during a horde is that the music kind of ramps up in tempo. In the original version of the game, the music is dynamic. You have the standard kind of level theme that plays at a kind of slow pace when the action hasn't really ramped up, but during massive waves, you'll notice the tempo quickly rises. Usually there's some added instrumentation. Primarily percussion gets added for most of the tracks, I think. And the trash that EA released, instead of having the dynamic music, it just plays the high-tempo horde music the entire time. It's one of the many ways they insult the legacy of the IP that they stole. Now that we've got our contingent of sun, I want to put that there. And we'll basically just want to start frontlining with a bunch of mushrooms and put up what we need as we can put it there. As far as damage values go, mushrooms have the same amount of damage as a pea shooter. Now, I don't remember exactly how long it takes for a sun shroom to, like, fully grow. Start getting snowy. Uh-oh, we got a cone head. We'll want to reinforce that. Yeah, zombies will just start randomly dropping money now. They can drop silver coins, which are worth 10, gold coins, which are worth 50. Very rarely they can drop a diamond, which is worth 1,000. Okay, you're gonna have to slow down. I think we might lose a puff shroom here. Wave 1 should be coming. Ooh, a bucket head. Yeah, we're gonna need some reinforcements on that one. they ate that one up pretty quick. Yeah, puff shrooms are expendable, so not a huge deal. May not be a bad idea to start putting walnuts up, though. You got a spare spot right there, why not? Okay, one bite's not bad. Alright, final wave's coming. We got a cherry bomb ready to go. Nope. So much for your reinforcements. Just to make it look nice. I'm sorry, what was that? You thought you would make further progress? How dare you? Okay. One more good level and we should get whatever Crazy Dave's asking for. Fume Shroom. Shoots fumes that can pass through screen doors. And hey, look at that! There's a zombie with a screen door, just when the plant that can pass through screen doors shows up. So, Fume Shroom is unique in that he is one of two plants that actually does area damage. How he works is, I believe the Puff Shroom has a range of 3 squares. The Fume Shroom has a range of 4, and what he does is he sprays a cloud of spores in that 4-tile range, and everything in that range gets hit for 1 P's worth of damage. Because it's an area attack, it hits everything in it, which, for the purposes of shielded enemies like the screen door and the newspaper zombie, it will technically hit the shield, but because the zombie is also in the area of effect, it'll hit the zombie too. So, for the most part, for shielded enemies, the Fume Shroom will usually kill the zombie being shielded before actually breaking the shield. So, nice to have for any sort of shielded units that you can deal with, and stacking these guys up can lead to massive wave clears. So, let's see. I'll keep the Snow Pea just in case, but I think that'll do. But yeah, as far as the screen door zombie goes, unlike the newspaper zombie, the screen door zombie just becomes a regular zombie if you somehow destroy the door before killing him. He doesn't go berserk or anything. So, shouldn't be anything too special. So let's see. Let me see, what other kind of stuff can I talk about? I guess bouncing off the music topic, In case the title of the stream and later the YouTube video, for those of you on YouTube watching this later, the title of the stream/video doesn't make it obvious already. The name of the track for the night levels is called Moon Grains, all one word. You should be fine on your own, so that's... yeah, that'll do.
Brains. Brains.
Bitcoin, nice. Okay. Now I want to start building up a sun reserve. What I'm probably gonna do is have a line of walnuts, like, right where that puff shroom is. Okay, he's gonna need backup. But basically have a line of walnuts here, with snow peas here, and then 2 fume shrooms making up the middle there. We're gonna need some assistance. Uh-oh. Let's see. Hey, Aaron, how you doing? Oh, you've got Butch with you. I hope he's being a good kitty today. How are you doing? It's been a while since I've spoken with you. You still enjoying Okami? Let's see, yeah, at this point we can get rid of these. More frontline plants there. Okay, we're gonna have to do some area damage to you guys, but that's fine. You need some assistance with that one. Oh, actually, no, you're Snoopy. You can probably take that guy pretty easy. We only have the one flag. I may not necessarily be able to actually get the full setup going, but yeah, you beat Okami. Nice. What'd you think of the final boss? I'll take that. Thank you. Wave incoming. I'll see where it's needed most. Oh yeah. Boom. Leave you there. Go ahead, eat him. Thank you. Hard. For a first-time player, yeah, I can probably see that. And now we got a grave buster. Plant it on a grave to remove it. An extra seed slot? I'll take it. Ooh, 5,000. Okay, sure. I can do that. Later. Okay, so now we can actually do something about those graves, now that we have grave busters. So, let's see. Aw, he's a good kitty. Alright, so... Snow peas, probably. definitely want Gravebuster, and then we have those. That should suffice. Oh yeah, you see, we're getting a lot more graves now that we have Gravebusters we can plant on stuff. So, Gravebusters don't destroy graves immediately. It takes them about 5 seconds to actually destroy them. But when they do destroy a grave, it will leave an item behind. Usually a coin of some form, but sometimes you can get... like, diamonds or other rare things. And for the sake of actually farming money, I want to try and bank up as much sun as I can. In the event that I don't destroy all of them before the final wave happens, I want to have some sun in reserve for after all the zombies are gone to plant enough Gravebusters to clear everything out. Aw, I'm glad he's a happy kitty. Ooh, you took a couple of chomps there. Now that we've got the full contingent, I want to start pushing back the front line a little bit. You might need some assistance with that one, because you did take a bit of a munching. Okay, I need a little bit more sun to deal with you. One puff shroom's not going to cut it, so just a little more. There we go. How am I doing? I'm not sick anymore. That's the really big thing that I'm happy about. You're probably gonna get munched, but that's fine. Yeah, you got munched, but you should be okay. Yeah, I'm not sick anymore. I got over my illness, and let's see. As far as, like, I don't know if I've mentioned it on stream or not, but I've been having some problems with my knees lately. I finally got my exercise bike in after needless amounts of hurdles I had to jump through. Okay, good. I put that in a good spot. We're gonna start putting mushrooms just kind of around. Okay, yeah, that guy's going to need some serious firepower to take down. Okay, that should do for the long range, so now we can actually start doing some damage. Haven't gone to the gym in a dog's age. I'm hoping to do so when spring comes around. Yeah, the nice thing about having an exercise bike is it doesn't really matter what season it is, because it's battery powered too, so it's not like I need like actual electricity in my house for it to work. But hopefully prolonged use of it will allow me to slowly start healing my knees. I want to start putting these things down. 2 columns of fume shrooms should do the trick, dealing with any sort of shield zombies that come our way. So let's start putting those up. We can reinforce the front line there. Okay, if Puffshroom will hurry up. Thank you. I'm gonna do something a little tricky here. Aha! Yeah, the Gravebuster got eaten, or he didn't get eaten. He took a bite, but he's fine. Because they disappear after their job's done, so they're definitely a one and done kind of thing. There's the line again. So get rid of that since it's there. Oh, you think you're actually going to be able to do something? That's cute. Come here. Rid of this. And there should be one more that we have to deal with before we'll be good to go. I'll put you here. Make him waste his jump. Talking trash, I love it. Yeah, it's kind of a fun thing when you've got a game down pat. Especially when it's a very big on strategy. Like, it's basic right now, but as we get more and more stuff at our disposal... You jumped over my Snoopy, how dare you? As we get more and more stuff at our disposal, it will become more and more strategic. Okay, well, the Grave Busters have done their job, so there shouldn't be any more graves. I believe some graves will actually pop up on, like, empty spaces, so you don't want to completely fill up the lawn. But, because if the lawn is completely filled up with plants, it will kill one of your plants to spawn the grave. So, it should be appearing... Let's make sure it doesn't appear there. That'd be a bad spot for it. So, there should be a grave popping up somewhere. Or not. Okay, I guess not. Sometimes it doesn't, I guess. Very nice. The Suburban Almanac. Keep tracks of all plants and zombies you encounter. This is basically a bestiary for both sides. You can read some pretty funny tidbits. Not really conducive to the Let's Play, it's just like little funny... just like lore bits, I guess. I'll look at them if requested, but for now I don't think it's necessary. Technically yes, but I'm not going to tell you that. Do I dare ask what a squirbo is? You mean gophers? Or chipmunks? Take your pick. Okay. Okay. Seriously? Okay, so this is probably one of the easier minigames, because it's literally just point, click, and kill. And we've got Loon Boon again. I do actually want to apologize. I mispronounced Loon Boon last time. Or I misspelled it. It's L-O-O-N-B-O-O-N. I missed an N in there. No. Yeah, this is pretty easy. Single zombie just takes one whack with a mallet. Sometimes they'll drop sun. You can use the sun to plant stuff. Personally, I like using it to plant grave busters to try and get as much money as I can out of this. You can set up potato mines over here if you want, but I don't think it's necessary. As long as you stay on top of the grave busting, the crowds don't get too bad. It's usually when the bucket heads show up that it can become kind of a problem. Because for each layer of defense that a zombie has, it takes an extra whack. So, cone heads take 2, bucket heads take 3. As you can see, we're doing fairly good, getting a lot of sun. Staying on top of the grave busting. How dare you! Trying to push your front line. Oh yeah, now we're starting to get some little more tanky zombies. Yes, more sunlight. As you can see, they're coming up and moving faster, too. Okay, final wave. Yeah, this will spawn a couple more, but that's not a huge deal. Now for this, we're only going to be able to get 3 of the graves, but waiting for the next Zelda game to come out for Switch 2, so I have an excuse to get a Switch 2. I just hope that when you do that, it doesn't end up like what happened to me trying to get a PlayStation 4, because there was only one game. I don't get one consoles for just one game, but there was only one game on PlayStation 4 that I really wanted to try, and that was Bloodborne. So I was waiting for Kingdom Hearts 3 to come out before I got a PlayStation 4 so I could actually justify getting a console. And then it turned out that Kingdom Hearts 3 was just awful. So, dodged a bullet there. Okay, we got a big nasty dude here. I missed the Hypno Shroom. Sorry, I was busy going on a tangent. But we have a new zombie here, the football zombie. Get used to seeing these. You're going to see these a lot. Basically, football zombies have the strength of a bucket head as far as durability goes. They run, and they bite faster. These guys are basically zombie shock troops. Whenever they show up, it's a pretty big deal. So, we actually have a Hypno Shroom, which what the Hypno Shroom does is the first zombie to bite it gets hypnotized and goes backwards to fight its friends. The idea here is that you plant a Hypno Shroom in front of a football zombie to turn it against its friends. What the game doesn't tell you, however, is that as soon as the zombie takes a bite out of the Hypno Shroom, it loses a portion of its HP. It won't outright die, so if it was like severely injured when it bit it, it'll have like maybe 1 hit point left, but it won't outright get killed. But like a full health football zombie, for example, like it takes, I can't tell you exactly how many hits it takes, because I don't remember off the top of my head, but it takes significantly less hits for a zombie to kill a fellow zombie than it does for your plants to kill it. So the practical use of the Hypno Shroom effectively is just removing the football zombie as a threat. That's the primary use for it. It's a hard counter, more or less. Let's see. So I want to go with these. Definitely going to want that. We shouldn't even need the walnut, but I'll take it anyway, just in case. Usually Zelda games aren't a disappointment. Usually I have fun playing Zelda. Not so much with Echoes of Wisdom. By Zelda standards, it kind of sucked. I'm not really up on what Nintendo's doing nowadays. I kind of stopped caring about what they did after they released Amiibos. So it's just like, yeah. Y'all are not worth my time anymore, so good luck, have fun, bye. I believe the last Nintendo game that I actually purchased and still own is the 3DS version of Smash 4. So that was kind of the last thing I remember them doing that I actually cared about.
Brains.
Nah, he's fine. He should be able to handle that one on his own, yeah. I was getting a little concerned there for a second, thinking I might have to double place, but no, I'm good. Shouldn't have to. You're a Zelda superfan. I'm not saying that the Zelda games are bad or anything Nintendo makes is bad. It's just their recent track record leaves much to be desired. So it's just like, eh. Like, a lot of my nostalgic childhood games, and even some of my favorites, were Nintendo games. Like, if you actually look at my catalog of Let's Plays that I've got over on YouTube, surprisingly, one of the ones that has the playlist that has one of the more higher view counts is the Let's Play for Zero Mission. Metroid Zero Mission, specifically. So, like, the Metroid games I definitely like. The few Zelda games I have played have been enjoyable. Okay. Let's do it like this. Remove you should be fine. That can solo a Conehead, so that shouldn't be a problem. Let's go ahead and clear up the front line a little. we're gonna have to double dip for that one. We don't have enough sun. Played Metroid 2 on the Game Boy and Super Metroid on Super Nintendo. I have played the first 3 Metroid games. Uh-oh, here comes a football zombie. Now we're actually going to take advantage of him. Because there's nothing in here shooting him. He should get the maximum amount of health for when he eventually turns. But, like, watch. He'll bite this, turn purple, and then start running the other way. So, if I'm lucky, he'll actually start attacking some of his friends, but that is purely predicated on a zombie actually showing up down there. Okay, so it looks like I might not be able to put any fume shrooms up, so I should probably start putting up a puff shroom wall. Because my defenses are looking pretty small, and we only have 1 flag. So, let's start putting up a defensive barricade here. That was a good placement for that, what is it? For that, snow pea there. I may not even have enough sun to get through all of the graves at this rate. Metroid series sure has some difficult games. I've never really had too much of a problem with the Metroid games that I've played, at least. I would say the hardest would actually have been the Let's Play for Zero mission, but that was more of a control issue rather than anything with the game itself. Because there was some inherent latency using an emulator and the controls weren't as precise. Which for Zero Mission, the controls are actually on native hardware pretty tight. So there was definitely a difference there, and it did cause some problems. But overall, I won't say that there's a Metroid game that I strictly dislike. Though I'm not a fan of the Prime series, just because I don't consider those actual Metroid games. Alright, there we go. Now watch. He's going to die I'm pretty sure. I don't know, if the plan's helping him out, he might make it. Okay, but he took a pretty decent beating there. So let me see, how many graves can I break? That's 1. As you can see, the cooldowns still go on, and it won't progress until we pick up the thing, so I might as well break up these graves for some extra cash. I might have enough sun to do this. Let's see. Oh, really? You know, I make all of that talk about how I'm feeling better and my nose has started behaving. Guess what? My nose just started bleeding again. Oh, well, hang on. No, it's very slight. I'll be keeping an eye on it. It's not, like, flowing yet, but it's definitely making signs. Oh, wait, no. Okay, I will be right back. I'm going to go take care of this before it becomes a problem. Let's see. That should stop it. Okay, I am back. I swear, my nose is just bleeding to spite me at this point. Okay. Okay, I hope me having to tab out like that didn't just break the, camera capture. We'll see here in a second, I suppose. Let's see. Let me catch stream back up, make sure it's actually showing properly. Yes, it is! Okay. Scaredy Shroom. Long-range shooter that hides when enemies get near it. So, the Scaredy Shroom is the long-range unit of the mushroom family. How it specifically works is it's basically a pea shooter that's a lot cheaper. However, if a zombie gets within a 3x3 radius of it, it will, like, kind of crouch into the ground a little bit, or, like, try to sink into the ground and start freaking out. And any zombies near it will basically stop it from shooting. So these are the ones that you really want to protect if you have them in the back. So let's see, Sun Shroom, short, medium, long range. We shouldn't need the Snow Pea at this point. Because with all three of the main mushrooms, we can overwhelm the zombies just through sheer firepower. So let's see, we need the Hypno Shroom, Grave Buster, and I guess Walnut, just in case. Oh yeah, we got a lot of graves to get rid of. Generally, how I like doing these setups for the whole, when I'm using all three of the main mushrooms, is I will usually have the Sun Shrooms in the back, 2 columns of the Scaredy Shrooms right here, 2 columns of Fume Shrooms in the middle, and then fill the rest with Puff Shrooms. Aaron, quick check. Can you hear me? I didn't forget to turn my mic back on, did I? I'm pretty sure I didn't turn it off at all, but I'm paranoid about that, so I'd like to check. Awesome, thank you. I'm also glad that my mic didn't seem to get damaged because my boyfriend's cat was being a little shit and decided when I was letting him sit in my lap the other day, decided he wanted to bite my microphone. And it's not like I have a high-end microphone headset either. This is like a cheapo, I think this is technically Skull Candy, so it's decent quality for what's considered cheap, but it's literally just like a little dongle attached to a wire. So had he bit it hard enough, he could have just straight up ripped it apart. But so I'm glad that him nipping at it didn't do any lasting damage. Yes, very bad kitty. The second I saw him do that and, like, kind of snapped at him, no, he bolted like his life depended on it. Poor dude's really skittish, but he needs to learn that he shouldn't be doing bad stuff. Alright, so we'll do that. Oh yeah, you got chewed up a bit. Let's start pushing the front line back a little bit. We've got 2 flags, so it's not going to be a huge deal. I want to put that there, just to stop the Scaredy Shrooms from getting CC'd. Alright, so... Butch sometimes sneaks into my bedroom and chews your Sonic the Hedgehog plushies. No! Butch, don't do that! Plushies are not cat toys. Don't chew on them. Bad kitty. Oh, I saw the saddest thing when I went to lunch earlier today. I went into a parking lot, or I pulled into the parking lot of a restaurant I wanted to go to. And right in the middle of the road, between the parking spaces and the drive-through lane, some poor kid had lost their... It looked like a winged goat plushie. Like, it wasn't a Pegasus, it was straight up a winged goat. And it looked like a potato almost, and it was just sitting there abandoned, very clearly having been run over a few times. It was so sad. I turned it into the restaurant as a sort of lost and found thing after checking to make sure it didn't belong to any of the kids currently there, but like, seeing a discarded plushie like that's just sad. Okay. Let's start pushing the graves back while we set up our middle defenses here. It is heartbreaking. I did manage to find initials on the tag. Whoever it belonged to had the initials JG, but unfortunately, I don't think they'll be seeing that plushie again. Put that there. Time to bust some graves. What I will probably want to do is basically just focus on walnuts at this point. Walnuts and grave busting. It'd be awesome if someone could make a plushie of my person. Oh, that would be cute. Or creepy, depending on who did it and for what purpose. Might as well have the Puffshroom's face tank there. Look at that grave. Another walnut. We'll put that there. Alright, so is another grave gonna pop up? Sometimes they do that. No? Okay. Go fight your friends. There we go. Or a plushie of your kitty. Oh, that would be adorable. Speaking of plushies, Tyler's right here holding my phone, so that way I can see chat. There we go. One more grave to bust to maximize cash, and we will be on our way. There we go. Ice Shroom temporarily immobilizes all zombies on the screen. That it does. It also has a niche use regarding graves, which I may be able to show off if there's any graves left over. Oh, it's the totally not Michael Jackson zombie, or what used to be the Michael Jackson zombie. This is the dancing zombie. If you're playing an older version of the game and hadn't patched it, this guy would be a reference to Michael Jackson from his song, his music video, Thriller. Unfortunately, this came out around the time Michael Jackson actually passed away, and his estate and his family kind of politely suggested that they would rather his image not be tarnished like that. So the devs of Plants vs. Zombies changed it to this generic disco dude instead. But it's kind of however you feel about it. It's just kind of whatever. Some people prefer the Jackson zombie. I personally don't care. But just a fun little tidbit about the disco dancing zombie in particular, not the disco zombie. Let's see. So Sun Shroom, short, medium, long range. I will want the Hypno Shroom, because the Hypno Shroom's actually really good against the dancing zombie. We want the Ice Shroom and the Grave Buster. So there's not going to be any frontline defenses in the form of walnuts for this one, so we're probably going to have to make do with Puffshroom's face tanking, but that should be fine. We've been doing that up to now. Go to his cat bed. Aww. Well, I hope his cat bed's cozy. One more sun, please. Thank you.
Brains.
That one's probably getting nibbled a little bit. Okay, 2 bites, but that's not too bad. He loves his cat bed. That's good. Yeah, the cats we have at our house just kind of sleep wherever, because, you know, that's what cats do. Alright, so I want to start building up a sun reserve, and I might start putting down scaredy shrooms if one of these if either of the 2 open lanes get a zombie in it. Okay, it looks like I'm going to have to do that. We will put this here, because we are going to have to double dip there. Ah, right, because he got in range. That means he got crowd controlled. So yeah, we're going to want to start putting these down. set that up for face tanking. Let's get rid of this. That's gonna be a problem. Okay, that is very not good. Put you here. Start shooting at that one, please. Uh-oh. Okay, so here's what the dancing zombie does. Dancing zombie summons backup dancers. And he will continually summon backup dancers, unless you can hypnotize him or kill him. Now the funny thing is if you hypnotize him, those dancing zombie backup dancers become yours. So you can get some pretty decent coverage that way. And you can see the backup dancers move pretty slow, so they're pretty easy to kill. Might need to make do with just standard face tanking here. I don't think we're gonna have enough time to actually set up a proper defense as far as like setting up fume shrooms and the like go. So we just need to try and set up as much firepower as we can. Alright, now let me see if I can do this right. Ah, I mistimed it. Okay, so if you time it right with the ice shroom, you can actually stop the zombies from appearing from their graves. I'm going to put the Christmas tree away. Butch has been biting on it lately. I'm surprised you still have a Christmas tree up, considering it's February. Though granted, some of my neighbors still have their Christmas lights up in their house, so, eh. Alright, let's see how much money we can get. We probably can get all of it. Nice 50. Put it up a week before Christmas. Ah. I imagine if you were rushed putting it up, you probably are in no hurry to try and rush to put it away. I'm gonna take a drink of water here. Doom Shroom destroys a large area, leaving a crater in its wake. Doom Shroom is probably the most powerful explosive plant at your disposal. The way it works is it covers, if you put it in exactly the center of the yard, I believe it covers an area of 5 by 3, I think is the area of its impact. However, when it goes off, it leaves a crater wherever you planted it, and you can't plant anything there until the crater goes away. It'll just kind of go away on its own. So let's see, short, medium, long range. I will take... Yeah, let's go with Hypno, Grave Buster. I can show off the Doom Shroom, why not? We can clear the final wave pretty easily with that, so... Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, so for this strategy to work, we're going to specifically want to get rid of this grave right here. Just a little bit more sun, please. Excuse me a second. Apologies if you heard anything weird from my microphone. I was scratching my ear. Whew, just barely. Some fire support there. Oh, good. Placed those down at a good time. That should do for long range. Let's see, so I may have found a possibility for a better job for this summer. Now is this like a permanent position, or is this like a summer-only seasonal thing? Oh, good. I'm glad I put that where I put it. I'm probably going to put another one there, though. There we go. Oh dear. Yeah, those guys are going to need some assistance. Oh, that didn't last too long, did it? Oh, yeah, there was like 3 zombies right there. Yeah, that would do it. Okay. Summer job for the South Bend Cubs, a minor league baseball team. Okay, so it's a seasonal thing then. Definitely need to start getting more anti-zombie defenses. Not more zombies. We don't need more zombies. But, more plants. Uh-oh. Okay, so that puff room is probably as good as gone, but... the future room might actually... Oh, there you go. Okay, he's not going to last long because he's already been heavily damaged, but hey, there we go. Let's put this here. See if I can't get rid of these. Alright, should only be 1 grave left. But I would definitely be getting more than 2 hours a week. Oh yeah, anything's better than that. Mind if I ask you what your base rate is? Because if you're only working 2 hours a week, you're probably actually losing money working there if you have to, like, drive there yourself and gas costs and all that. Okay, no more graves. 1 might pop up. We'll see. 'Cause so far they haven't been, but I do know they can. Let's see. Nope. Alright, let's wait for everything to kind of get on screen. And... Doom! 12 an hour, take a bus. Still, though, I can't imagine bus tickets are cheap. Still, like, $24 a week? Man, like, ugh, you are being mistreated. $50 a paycheck, yeah. That's terrible. Hello, we would like to visit for a midnight snack. How does ice cream and brains sound? Sincerely, the zombies. Dear zombies, your word choice leaves much to be desired. Your spelling is still terrible. You really, really need a tutor. If you're interested, please do not eat my brains and we will maybe come to a peaceful negotiation. Sincerely, Ladston. Alright. Conveyor belt time. I failed to comment on this during the conveyor belt level for the day levels, but this track here is called Ultimate Battle. Might need to use that ice shroom for some crowd control here in a second. Yeah. Yeah, it is a paltry amount. Only get over $800 in disability a month barely to cover rent and bills. Man, that's terrible. That really sucks. I'm sorry to hear that. Okay, hypno shrooms we can save for big nasty stuff. Man, we're getting a lot of ice shrooms. You know what? I was gonna plant one because we need more space in the conveyor belt. Man, we're getting a bunch of doom shrooms too. There we go. More long-range firepower. This guy could use the support. Some more grave busters would be nice. I might actually have to plant a doom shroom here. Which is why I've been looking for any better paying jobs. Like, yeah, anything's better than what you've got going for you right now. That is really, really bad. Again, I am so sorry. Ice shroom. Let's paralyze this guy for a little bit. Well, at least the, okay, yeah, not to blow these guys up. Boom! Man, y'all really want me to blow these things up! There we go. Appreciate your empathy means a lot. I try. Let's see. And who was that follow? I didn't see who it was. Let's see. That would be Tago682. Haldo. Sorry, my stream's running a little bit behind, so I didn't see that until you said something. Okay, yeah. Y'all are getting a bit too far in my defenses, so we have to freeze everybody. Okay, flag number 1's coming. Top 2 lanes there probably need more defense. Grave Buster. Okay, football zombie. It's been like 10 days to get. Hold on, let me see his name real quick. Oh, no. Football zombie just kept on. Ooh, he might actually eat my Grave Buster. Be going with you. Ooh. Boom. Too many. Freeze. Gone with you. Freeze. 10 days to get Imitator. It costs 30,000 coins. Oh yeah, Imitator's not cheap. Very powerful, but not cheap. Kaboom! I kind of don't want to plant anything there, because I really do need that space open for the final wave, but... Ooh. Freeze. If I can get one more Grave Buster, I will be set. Ah, another Scooty Shroom. Perfect. As you can see, these guys take a lot to take down. Come on, I need one more Grave Buster. That's not a Grave Buster. Kablooey! The lone backup dancer. That's the last guy. Oh, Grave Buster. Nice. Woohoo! You tried to sneak away without giving me the final Grave Buster. Sorry, game. Not happening. Let you plant non-aquatic plants on top of it. The lily pad. And this is where I'm going to call it a episode here. We are done with Plants vs. Zombies for now. Let me see, how are we doing? Yeah, we're only like an hour in, so I'm gonna head back to the main menu, and that'll do for this episode, at least for the YouTube crowd. Y'all on Twitch, I'll be continuing here after this, but I do need to end the video for the YouTubers, so those of you on YouTube, look forward to next week for next week's episode, where we hit up the backyard. I will see y'all then.